All right, guys, we're back here live at the World Pickleball Championships. We've got Tyson McGuffin right in front of us. How cool is that? And also the one and only Kyle Yates, hometown boy, about 40 minutes south of here in Fort Myers, born and raised. He's a PaddleTech sponsor player. So we got PaddleTech versus Selkirk. You got Tyson bouncing around, looks energetic tonight, feeling good. You've got Kyle, his opponent, on the other side. And we're going to be off to the races here. 0-0. Clip the net. All right, that's a point, too. Side out and point with this rally scoring system. Oh, my gosh. That ball was hit with purpose. My goodness. Kyle Yates with a nice forehand roll. He said it hit the line because that thing skipped on him. It's a good serve by Kyle there. I believe the rally scoring might actually be beneficial for Kyle Yates because he likes to hit passing, driving shots. And my gosh, Kyle's on fire right now. He's hitting these shots with purpose. My goodness. All right, we've already got a quick timeout. Looks like Tyson taking a timeout. The thing I love about the sport of pickleball is that the guys are sitting over there in the booth together, and they're just having a nice little friendly chat. All right, I've got a special guest joining me. What's up, Brandon Hubschman?
How's it going? Am I on?
I think you are, buddy. I think I hit the right button to bring you on. If not, then I don't know what to tell you because I'm not the actual guy that's doing this usually. But Eddie's actually at the bathroom here. But Brandon, let's talk about this matchup. You're actually coming in at a great time. This is two of the best players in our sport.
Yep.
What do you think, man? I mean, Kyle seems to be playing lights out early so far.
Is this Kyle's second round match?
Yeah, I think so because he didn't really warm up before. So I believe
Kyle's. I mean, if this is the first round match, he's coming out real hot.
Yeah, but I think it is his second round. I think he played over there on that other side. Because that, honestly, the way he's coming out like that looks like he's played a game already.
And with the rally scoring, I mean, getting hot early is huge.
That's absolutely huge in this format.
Yeah.
What do you think about it, man? You played doubles today, correct?
I did. We won silver in men's open.
Nice. So you won $500 today.
$500.
That's good stuff, man. Yeah. But, back to the singles, though. The rally scoring is only in the pro singles for anybody that's watching.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on it, though? I actually like it.
I like it for singles, too. I mean, it shortens up the game. There's not so many just side out, side out, side out, side out. I think it's exciting. So
yeah, and you're rewarded for hitting a good shot.
Exactly, yeah.
In general.
Exactly. Every good shot you hit, every winner you hit's rewarded. So
yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's at singles, it becomes mundane sometimes when you win a point and then you lose your offensive serve. When you win a point, because it's typically easier to win the point when you're returning. So it's more surprising when you win a point when you're serving. So
I agree. I absolutely agree.
Yep. So most of the points come off the defensive stands instead of those offensive winners.
Did you see the little bit of I don't know if you noticed that, but there's just a little bit of I don't know, gamesmanship right there between
fire.
Tyson and Kyle.
I see it.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of gamesmanship.
These guys have gone back and forth through the ringer before.
Yeah, this is not the first time they've went toe-to-toe at a singles. But, Kyle told me, because I live down here now, and so I get to kind of hang around him a little bit. Not a whole lot, but one thing, he told me one time, he said, I don't really focus on singles.
Yeah.
He says he's Tyson and Ben, he's like, they really kind of focus on it.
Yeah. I mean, he's a doubles player first. And these guys, Ben's kind of the best of both worlds, but Tyson's kind of that singles guy where he'll play doubles, obviously, and he's very good at it, but singles is really his game.
Yeah. And I'm not – what I mean by that is that, Kyle is he's the number 3 in the world.
Yeah.
but he's like, man, I don't even really. That's not my main focus. You know?
I think about how good you have to be number 3, and then be like, that's not my main.
And be like, that's not really my thing. You know, but he's out here playing extremely well tonight. So Kyle can play singles and loves
for sure.
The game of singles. It's just that. But if you go back a couple years ago, I mean, more than a couple, probably like 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, the game has evolved so much. This is way different play than we saw 5 years ago.
Yeah, the shots are completely different. It used to be just passing shots and just balls right over the net, and now it's just kind of that cat and mouse game where you could see it evolving in front of your eyes.
Yeah, like I feel like when I play singles, it's like the 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
We haven't caught up yet.
Yeah, like I feel like when I play, I'm like watching myself or watching the pros from 5 years ago. And now these guys are doing such amazing things with the ball. Like they're able to spin the ball with top spin, side spin, back spin.
It's insane. Look at that shot right there.
Right. It's insane. Like,
and you can actually go back and watch. I think there's probably quite a few videos from like the U.S. Open from like 4 years ago, the first year. And you can see, I think Kyle's actually was playing in that.
He was against Marcin Spetsky.
Yes. And even then, it's just a completely different game. It's the same player.
It's so much more offensive now. I feel like the paddles have gotten better. The ball's been improved some.
Yeah, the technology is just catching up with the players.
Absolutely, it is. And if you watch like Tyson and Kyle and even Ben, they play this cat and mouse game in singles that honestly didn't even exist probably 2 years ago.
And you can watch some of these points, and especially I've noticed it with Colin Johns a lot, and even Ben. You'll see a shot, and you're like, why didn't they put that away? And they probably would have 3 years ago. Now they know they can set up a better shot. And
That's right.
They'll put it away when they have to, but they won't do anything soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And Frank Anthony Davis is a great example of that as well.
Yes.
He'll get a ball up, and you'll think, why isn't he hammering that ball? Yeah. And most players probably would. Mm-hmm. What I feel like he likes to do is actually toy with his opponent and let him know, like, I could have put that away, but I'm not going to.
Frank's probably one of the best at that, too. The cat and mouse game, that's his game right there.
He loves it. He loves it. I actually watch him play, and he thrives on that, actually, and he comes alive like that.
Tire another player out if you wanted to with that. If you know you're going to win the point, you might as well tire them out.
Absolutely, which is why he told me several times today that he wasn't a huge fan of this format because
it probably does go
it doesn't lend himself.
That's true.
That this format doesn't lend itself to his style because he likes to pull people into that deep end, grind it out, and wear them out. And this is actually more suited for somebody like an
Eden.
Yes, like Eden,
who comes out strong, but his only weakness is really his fatigue. And if you take that time on the court away, then that's.
Absolutely.
That's him.
And if you watch Eden, he ends the points pretty quickly usually.
We played one time back home. We trained singles, and we were talking about ways he could end the point quicker. Because the sooner the point ends, the better it is for him. Because just so he can last until if he gets the gold medal match per se, just so he can be there and not be cramping and whatnot.
Yeah, that makes sense because he has had some prior issues with
He's just
cramping.
Such a big guy. You're carrying around that much weight. It's all muscle, but it's still weight.
Yeah, and he's done a good job of shedding some of the weight.
Yeah. And he's still for his size, how nimble he is defies physics.
It's kind of like a deer.
It's like you took a bodybuilder and put like a Tyson's ankles on him or something.
Right? I call him Twinkle Toes. Romanian Twinkle Toes. No, I mean, it is pretty phenomenal how he does that, but, oh, wow. Kyle just did a great passing shot. I'm so impressed with the way these guys are rolling the ball over the net like that so effectively.
The ball is staying below the net right until it has to sneak over, and then it's right back down again.
And for, Tyson or somebody like Ben or Tyson not to put a paddle on it, I just feel like it's, such a accomplishment to do that.
To pass Tyson or Kyle or these guys, it's insane.
It's insane.
That's such a good shot.
And you play 5-0 singles, and you chose to actually not play in the open singles or the pro singles. You played open doubles.
So I'm a 5'2" player.
Right.
Almost all around. Singles, I'm 5'1".
Yeah.
And if you really think about it, I think this is the first tournament that has realized that there's a division in between 5-0 and what Tyson and Kyle are playing right now.
For sure.
They're 6-0 players. So it would be the equivalent of me going out against a 4-0 and expecting them to compete. No, it would be 11-2, 11-3 or something like that. So this tournament has given an opportunity to these guys like me who would win a first round match and then play Kyle and Ben second round and get destroyed.
And just get hammered, yeah.
Actually play against people our level. And we just played a couple guys who regularly play pro in every other tournament, and they were just as well, I mean, we lost, but it was just as equally matched.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think it was more fun for you guys too.
Yeah. You know you have a chance to win, and you're playing guys that are pure 5-0s instead of just these guys who are just going to blow you out of the water.
Right. And we saw that at Nationals where, the 6-0s were actually in the 5-0 brackets, and it was like, it is what it is. But I do want you to elaborate a little more on that open division. Like, you made that decision, and it was a smart decision.
Yeah, especially with the money, too. They incentivized you to
with cash.
Yeah, I mean, we won $500 per second. That's not a bad deal.
It's not a bad deal for playing some pickleball at the open division.
Yeah, and I actually talked to some people who weren't aware there was cash money for open, and they were mad they actually didn't play open instead. Oh, was that ball in or not? Oh, Kyle won the first game.
Right, Tyson. Yeah. Well, the reason I paused for a second is Tyson thought that ball was in. Kyle called it out, so they kind of had a little bit of a moment there. But Kyle seemed confident that ball was out, and we don't have line judges at this point. Now, I think we will actually have line judges for the semifinals and finals possibly.
Yeah,
But at this point right now, the line judges are not here, so it's up to the players to make those calls.
Yep.
The reason I hesitated just a little is I was trying to listen to what they were actually saying to each other, but Kyle seemed confident, so we're going to roll with that.
Yep. And those finals will be on Monday, correct?
Yeah, Monday.
Yep.
And I don't know how – so I'll be honest, I haven't even looked that far ahead because I'm just taking this day by day because I'm here for like 40-plus hours doing this.
Yeah.
But on Monday – it should be pretty exciting because all the matches are going to be like the cream of the crop.
It'll be the top players.
It'll be the top players, and we're going to see excellent play all day.
Yeah.
So
if that's the day, if you can come one day, that's got to be the day to come. So.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say too. Is like if you want to come out for one of the days, make it Monday.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so basically the quarterfinal, we were supposed to play the semifinals tonight, but because of that 3-hour rain delay, which did that affect you at all?
Yeah. Not really. There was actually a delay after that that affected me more than the rain delay because we didn't start till after that rain delay commenced.
We'll talk about that in a second. Then.
Yeah,
I want to hear more about that.
Yeah. Shot by Tyson there.
Yeah, that's a good shot. Of course, Kyle left that ball up a little bit too, though.
Yeah, you leave a ball up in this game, you're screwed.
Yeah. I think I could have put that ball away.
Yeah. So there was a couple-hour wait after we got started, and that kind of threw me off. We dropped a couple points early in that first game out of it, but then we quickly just turned it around. So, I mean, it wasn't too big of a factor.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so Yates pulled that game one out 11-8, and we're going to see if game two goes the same direction or if Tyson's going to make a few adjustments here, which I have a feeling this is going to go to 3 games.
And now this flight, if I'm correct, is Kyle, Rob, and Tyson only, correct?
No, it's Kyle, Rob, Tyson, and let's see, Kyle, Rob,
is there one more?
Tyson, and I think Adam Stone maybe?
Adam, okay. Yes. Oh, I think
is that
Kyle,
right?
That could be correct.
We'll double check that.
Yeah.
We'll double check that. I think if we had our tech guy back yet, we could look up these
He's
flights.
Been slacking.
He really took that break. He said he was going to the bathroom. I think he went.
I think he went to go get some pizza from that food truck.
He did, and then took a nap. Actually, I think
got some drilling into.
I got caught up talking to a few different people out there, and next thing you know, I missed all of game one.
It's all good. Kyle pulled it out at 11-8 for game one. We're just now into game two, but what we were trying to figure out is who's in this flight. It's Kyle, Tyson, Rob Cassidy, and then
it is Adam.
Was it Adam Stone?
Yep.
And then Adam Stone. Gotcha. So we haven't seen Adam yet. He's been on the other court.
Yep.
So I'm sure
Adam's a phenomenal singles player himself.
He really is, and I think this type of format really does well for a guy like Adam Stone. And explain why because I feel like
I think he's not as athletic as these guys. Not to saying he's
not
athletic.
We completely understand what you're saying.
And he's also one of those guys where if you can get hot, I mean he's right there with Kyle and Tyson, but 10 out of 10 times, I mean probably 6 or 7 out of 10 times Kyle and Tyson would have Adam.
Hand. Yeah.
And so if Adam could just get hot and get one of these games and steal them.
And he likes to hit those driving passings, forehands. And
so if that's on.
If it's on and he's playing well, he can end points quickly. And then obviously when the other guy's serving, if he wins a couple of those points, he can find himself in some winning matches here.
Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking, like a guy like Frank Anthony, I can see why he wouldn't necessarily like this style for his type of play. But for a guy like Adam, it could actually be a great neutralizer.
Yep. I agree.
And we've heard, like I did the interview with Tyson a second ago. Tyson actually was not negative about this format. He just said, like, I really think a guy like a Adam could benefit from this, you know? Now, look, these guys ultimately, they're professionals, so they're going to play whatever format.
Yeah.
I mean, they could say you have to play to 28 and, play left-handed, and they would do it, but not necessarily happily.
Yeah,
but
and the cream usually rises to the top regardless. But
right.
It does give those players who are not the top guys to a chance. Yeah.
It neutralizes some of the – yeah, it is. It is fun. And I talked to Tyson yesterday, actually. I actually got to play against Tyson in doubles for the first time ever. And it.
Did you retire from pickleball?
Oh, I actually tried to think I would need to go back down to like maybe 3-5. But I could barely return a serve, honestly, because I've never seen it.
So I got a chance to warm up with Tyson and Morgan at U.S. Open. And that was my first time playing against him. And Tyson serves incredible, obviously, and then you put Morgan's new serve alongside of him, and
let's talk about that new serve.
It's basically that little flick throw in the air 50 feet.
Yes.
And it's a battle to just start the point by getting the return back.
And that's
then
how
you're
you
like,
know
okay, now
that,
I actually have to win the point.
Right. Like, that's how good it is because you're like feeling the heat right out of the gate.
I mean, Tyson gets so much topspin on the ball that it picks up so much speed and stays flat once it hits the ground. And you basically have to just drive your paddle through a different zone that you're not really used to.
Yeah, I mean, he's figured out a way to generate a ton of power, and he's not a huge guy, to be real honest with you.
He's built, but he's not huge like Eden or someone like that. So the power he generates is all through his legs, and he does it very well.
Yeah, and the odd thing is, like, Eden, who's 6'6", 250, hits the soft serve.
And his serve is just, all right, get it in. It's
just get it in.
Super compact.
Because he's not, honestly, that's not really his game.
No,
right?
no.
His game is to manipulate and to wait till the last second to.
It's passing shots. It's little, and wait till the last second. That's one big part of his game where he'll just turn the paddle and
roll it past you the opposite direction. Yeah. And Kyle, I remember at a tournament in Florida in Davie actually after the Nationals, 2018 Nationals. He played Eden in
that was their first time, right? I remember that match.
And Kyle, I remember this shot that Eden hit, and Kyle was just like, "What in the world did you just do?"
He'd never seen that shot before. I'd never seen that shot before. Obviously, Kyle's been playing obviously a lot.
Were you there
more
live?
Yes, I was watching that.
Yeah, so you remember that?
Yeah, Eden hit a shot that left Kyle literally with his jaw dropped.
Yeah,
and it was some of the stuff he can do with this paddle is insane. I don't even remember. I think he took his paddle and turned it around and went inside. It was insane.
Sick.
Yeah, I can't describe it to you.
He broke his wrist to get the ball back over. All right, so just like we suspected, guys, game 2 went to Tyson. So we're going to see a game 3 just like we thought. Let's see what these guys do right here coming out into game 3, what kind of adjustments they're going to make. Do they stay with the same game plan or do they mix things up a little bit? I know for a fact, watching Kyle, it looks like he's trying to get the ball deep into the court and then get up there to the non-volley zone to try to dictate and control the point from there. Tyson seems very comfortable to me, honestly, staying back and then playing like his normal drop. Like he drops the ball back into the kitchen and then works that point from there. So
I think if Kyle wants to come out on top here, I think he needs to just dictate the points and grab
just like he did in game 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And some of this, honestly, man, I've noticed at the pro level, at this highest level with these guys, it honestly comes down to a little luck also.
Oh, yeah.
Who gets that friendly roll at 9-9.
That lead core that drips over and bounces back into the net.
Absolutely. Hey, real quick, guys, if you'll look on the screen, if you're watching this is cool. The overlays are incredible. You've got Kyle Yates, the number 1 gentleman pro mixed doubles, number 2 pro gentleman doubles, and number 8 pro gentleman singles in our GPR ranking system. And so that is super cool. I love that graphic right there.
It's hot.
That is hot.
It's hot.
Smoking hot. Did B. Hubschman have anything to do with this, or did he? Because I always feel like when things are hot in pickleball, he's got something to do with it.
I did not.
I already knew that. I just wanted to
I
throw
would
that
take credit for it. That does look hot, but
I'm just messing around with Eddie. Eddie was the one that made this look hot, and Claire. Eddie and Claire.
No, Claire's the one that made it look good.
But you had a little something to do with it
by putting some pictures on it, sure, but
I'm going to have to give Eddie some
Oh,
credit.
are we talking about the graphic? I thought we were talking about the picture of Kyle.
Well, yeah, well, that's hot too, right? I mean, but no, I mean, honestly, yeah. It's been a long day, guys. This has been fun. I don't even know where we're going with this
I had to
conversation.
take it off the screen immediately after that one.
Honestly, you throw up Tyson or Kyle, the women are going to be oohing and on.
Or Scott.
But, or honestly, B. Hubson. No, like, here we go, guys. Game 3. I don't know about you guys. I'm pumped about this right here. This is going to be fun.
I'm glad it went to a 3.
Yeah.
Me too. Well, we obviously planned it that way.
Yeah.
Because we said they're going to go 3
Right.
early.
And we get what we want.
Yes, we do.
Commentators dictate everything.
We absolutely dictate what we want to happen here.
Now, is this the same as the Open Division where the top 2 in each
Yes.
flight advance? Okay.
Yes, good call on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, top 2 will advance.
Yeah.
So basically, Rob Cassidy probably,
Yeah.
I think he kind of did this
Yeah.
out of some exercise probably.
That's a nice way of
he
saying
kind of
it.
did that.
Hey,
And
he had a pretty good showing in that
No,
first
he
game.
did.
Yeah, he played well.
dude, honestly, I couldn't have competed that way
Oh,
against
yeah.
Tyson. So I
He
mean, you know,
Gave it all out
yeah.
there.
Well, that's the one thing I kept saying about him is like he's never gonna not play hard.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he's gonna give 110% every time.
Rob's awesome.
Yeah, he is. He's incredible, and he's a funny dude,
Mm-hmm.
funny guy.
And not taking anything away from Adam, but these guys will probably advance out of this flight. And it's basically this game probably comes down to seeding. Who was the 1 seed? And
That's
That's
correct.
probably important with how many good players are here.
For sure. Now, we might have been smoking. Maybe Adam did beat Kyle. We don't know.
Oh, did Adam?
I don't know,
That's
but
true.
I doubt it. But
Yeah.
we don't want to assume anything, I guess.
I wouldn't be surprised if Adam.
Is there a way
Second
for us
one
to
here.
know?
There is a way for us to know.
All right, then we're going to pull this up because
Yeah,
know,
I'm curious too.
you don't, with pickleball, anything can
Anything
happen.
could happen. It's a game of momentum. What was the call there? There's some confusion on the court.
Oh, man.
Shot.
That is crisp.
Pull Tyson over at the drop and then down the line.
That's crispy like that chicken sandwich I had yesterday from Chick-fil-A.
Scott, I haven't eaten in like 10 hours. Please
Oh,
don't do this to
my,
me.
my bad, buddy.
I'm grateful that pizza truck was open when I walked up.
Man,
Have,
hey,
have we tried the
delicious.
barbecue truck?
I have not yet.
No.
It's worth it.
It's
The
worth
pizza's
it.
pretty good, but the barbecue is
It's
is
worth
legit.
it.
So, guys, I have some news here.
What do we got?
Adam Stone did beat Kyle.
Stop.
Wow.
Stop.
Of course, we jinxed it. Of course.
Well, I knew as soon as Brandon said so confidently that Adam probably wasn't going to advance. Adam, if you watch this later, we apologize in advance for
Adam, watch this on mute, please.
assuming that you didn't, that you weren't going to advance into the next rounds. Honestly, though, we talked about it, and this is
Yeah.
what's kind of
Yep.
ironic, is that Adam, it probably is a good format
Yeah.
for a guy like Adam.
And Adam himself is probably top 10, maybe 15, probably top 10 player in the world
Yeah,
himself. So it's
think
not
so.
like this is any disrespect to him.
No, and I think he would laugh and say the
Fantastic.
same thing.
Yeah.
Like, he knows he's not
But
going to.
it's Kyle and Tyson in your bracket.
Yeah.
Like, what do you expect?
Yeah, what do you expect? I mean, but quite honestly, this is what I love about pickleball, guys, is that Adam Stone can come in here not ranked in the top 3 or 4
Yeah,
in the world
win.
and win.
Yep.
And advance to the quarterfinals
Mhm.
and actually have a chance
Yeah.
at maybe even making the semifinals.
Exactly. Yep.
So especially in singles, because man, you just never know when somebody's going to catch fire, and it is such a game. And you know this because you've been playing a long time. It's a game of momentum and a game of runs,
Yep.
streaky runs.
Yep.
And when you get hot, sometimes you just can't miss.
That's what happened in our gold medal match about probably an hour ago. The other team there was a stretch there, and it was the 1 game to 21 format where they just couldn't miss. And
That was Jared Smith and Dylan Frazier,
yes,
correct?
yes. And we weren't doing anything wrong. It was just that they couldn't miss, and they went on about a 10-minute streak, and then it's just all the momentum. We were up big early, and then they came back and got up probably by 5-point lead on us, and then we just too little too late for us.
Did you play with? Who did you play with?
I played with Casey Cullen.
Casey
out of,
Cullen. I know who he
Michigan,
is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty good showing for our first time playing together. He was down in he knew he was going to be down in the area. I played him at nationals
Yeah.
twice and hit me up and
He's a good guy, man.
got together. Yeah.
Fun guy to
dude, funny,
be around.
yeah.
Funny guy, got a great attitude.
Yeah.
Actually, his sister is Taylor Oliver,
Yes.
if I'm
yeah,
not
she plays
mistaken.
as well. 5-0 player.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
All right, Tyson just yelled something. I'm not sure what he said there.
I think he yelled
pickleball?
That's what I heard.
I think
that
that's
would
what.
be a strange thing to yell, but
Well, no, but I honestly.
we were all kind of looking at each other
Yeah.
like, did he really just yell?
Well, because he did. He turned around
maybe
to the
maybe
wall.
it was hit the ball or something. Or
No, I think he said pickleball because Michelle will yell pickleball like that too. Michelle
Really?
Escobar. She said it's her way of not cussing. Actually,
that's actually smart. I might have to try that.
yeah, she just yells pickleball and smiles really big. She said she
Yeah.
smiles through the pain because when you miss a shot that
that's
you shouldn't.
It's what one that comes out.
Yeah, it's painful.
Yep.
Look at the cat and mouse going on. I love it. But you watch how dynamic. Now I know Tyson didn't win that point, but like the point I was trying to make though, Brandon, was that like look at his dynamic movement on the
Oh,
court.
yeah.
Like he goes from here to
Mhm.
there, back over here, and he's anticipating where that ball is going to be.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And then much less to get to the ball, you have to hit some shot that's gonna make the other person do the same thing
and be
It's-
unattackable
yeah,
essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, if you really think about it, I played you in the Atlanta Open in 2018 or 17. We played 5.0, which I had no business probably playing 5.0 at that time.
it was singles in 17.
2017,
Yep,
so it was my first Atlanta Open.
Yep.
And I remember like I was like a one and done guy. Like I could like hit the ball on the return
Yep.
and then get one more shot at it, and
Yep.
if I didn't win that point, then
Then
was
it was
done.
over. Yeah.
And to watch these guys do what they do at this
Yeah,
level,
it's
it's just
insane.
so impressive.
Just the points last so much longer. The shots are just so much more crisp.
Yeah. And if we went back and watched those live streams,
Oh,
because I filmed it,
I
it would,
probably wouldn't want to do that.
no, I to this day I have never watched that again. But
Yeah, that was a good decent bracket though. It was me, you. I was small, but it was me, you, Rossi Sobek, and
well, it sure
Dave
was.
Weinbach, who went 2 and out
yes, he did.
because he forfeited. Now he just decided not
Yeah.
to play.
And I actually beat Rossi Sobek in the
did, yeah.
semifinals to
Yeah.
get to you.
Got silver.
And I thought
That
I
was
was
fun.
gonna take your butt down, but
Yeah.
you proved to be too much.
Yep.
That's a great passing shot. That was good.
Yep.
Kyle said it was good,
Time out by
and
Tyson.
he was right.
What's the
I think-
score here?
That's a great question. Looks like
Kyle's
Yates up
7-5.
8-5.
8-5, huh?
Yeah, that was Tyson's timeout right there, not Kyle. Kyle not claiming that one. But Kyle looks energized right now in
Yeah,
singles.
He's
He
motivated.
motivated, yeah. He wants that money. Oh, never mind. So he's just playing hard for pride then. Does that mean you're out for sure then?
Yeah, but
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily.
oh no, yeah.
Unless Rob beats Adam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Interesting.
that's always a
There you
door
go.
that's not completely
Yep,
closed.
Yep.
I see. So Kyle's actually, I'm really impressed he's playing this. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
not that he wouldn't,
Yeah.
but like, I didn't even realize that he wasn't going to be actually
Mhm.
moving it on.
Yeah.
Which I think this is actually Brandon's
Well-
fault because Brandon assumed that Kyle was going to move it
All
on.
started with me.
But guys, don't you think that sometimes taking away that pressure can also set you up to be able to play better?
That's
Yeah.
true.
He's got nothing to lose at this point except for just having another
Just
another
pride.
match under.
It's
it, right?
almost the
just pride.
same thing when you get to like a medal match and you know you're guaranteed a medal or money.
Yeah.
It's the pressure's gone and
It's gone.
that could either go one of two ways. I mean, it
Yeah.
can make
That's
you
right.
play a little lackadaisical, or it can motivate you where you don't feel any pressure.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
That's a good point.
I think most people would relax at that point and just kind of play.
Yeah, yeah. You know, nerves are a huge part of pickleball.
I don't know what happened there, but Kyle's trying to make some kind of plea to the referee, but she was not paying attention. She didn't see it.
Yeah, not sure what the call was there.
Well, I don't know. It looked like
Yeah.
he was asking her something maybe, but see, he's like looking. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I thought he was looking
No,
at
I'm
her.
seeing it.
Seemed like he was like looking towards her direction for some
Mhm.
reason, but I'm not sure.
What a shot.
You know, to bring this up real quick, you know, we're talking about Kyle advancing or whatever, and he came over and said basically like, no, I'm not
Yeah.
going to advance. But doesn't this show like the true like
Just
fighting spirit?
competitiveness,
Yeah, like competitive because
yeah.
it's not about the money, guys. Like, yeah, we want to make it about the money sometimes,
Mhm.
but these guys would compete at eating cereal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they, does that make sense, right?
Yeah.
No,
Like,
I do. I hear you.
it's not about the money. The money is just a byproduct of the hard work that these guys have put in
Yeah.
for years now. Understand,
And then-
Kyle's played for 8 years.
Yeah, Kyle and
9
Tyson
years.
have gone at it for how many years now?
Yeah.
It's kind of it's a personal battle at this point.
Absolutely. And for anybody that says like, oh well, do the pros in pickleball really need to make $4,000 for first place? Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely
yes,
they do. And actually, I think we'd all love to pay them more.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but it's not about the money for them. Boy, look how quick these guys are.
Yes. Did Kyle busted a little two-handed backhand there?
Yeah, he did. Kyle's been working on that.
Yeah.
I actually,
Like everyone's been working on it, right?
I mean, even the people that were like, "I'll never do a two-handed backhand,"
Oh, yeah.
are now doing a two-handed backhand.
Yep.
And I'm going to throw this out there, and I'm not saying that this is like absolute fact, but I feel like two-handed backhands have been in pickleball for a long time. There have been players like Lucy Kovalova and Simone, and then that have
typically
always
the
done
women.
it.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like standard protocol. But Riley Newman and Lindsay Newman really, I feel like, were the game changers in getting people to understand how effective a two-handed backhand can be in this sport.
Just the stability with their shots and the
Look at
placement.
that energy and speed. That was good stuff.
Yep.
That was a heck of
What a match.
get. I just love the fact that like Kyle knew he wasn't going to advance, but yet he's chasing down every ball like that. That's just awesome. All right, guys, we're live back with Tyson McGuffin here at the World Pickleball Championship. Tyson, take this away, man. Take us through that right there.
Yeah, for sure. Rally scoring, so obviously it's tricky, and points go pretty quick, games go by pretty quick, matches goes by fairly quick as well. So, first game, Kyle got super hot. I think he hit like 2 or 3 lines on a serve. Hit like 4 or 5 passing shots to hit the line, so there's really nothing I could do. I think I ended up like bringing it back to 7-11, kind of gain some momentum. And then game 2 was able to kind of dig in a little bit, mix up my third ball, drive some, drop some. I think I was a little too predictable early on, and he was just pretty hot. So once he cooled down, I was kind of able to dig in and play a little better. Game 3, I think I was down, 6-8? 6-8, and then brought it back to 9-8, and then got to 9-9. And then, I was able to come up with 2 big points there at the very end. So kudos to Kyle. He's always a tough guy to play, and obviously we're in Southwest Florida, so it's kind of tricky because it's kind of his home ground. But anyhow, I'm playing Adam Stone next, so it should be fun. I'm looking at him right now. Okay, and I'm gonna beat the living hell out of him.
Let's go. We're looking forward to seeing it. That's awesome, Tyson. Thanks for taking us through that, man. Appreciate you. We'll see you next round.